Подельник уже обеспечен, нейтрализован.
Так, ракурс. Спасибо.
Здравствуйте большое.
Тоже спасибо.
Ты сильно не дергай ее.
Плавно, плавно веди. Мишка на ухо сними.
Не надо. Это очень круто. О, Игорь Семенович. Но мы вас снимать не будем.
Правильно? Максим Майор, техник, был и
О, Петр Николаевич, он там разговаривает.
Он не разговаривает.
Пішли гуляти.
Де?
А тут таке озеро 5 хвилин.
Можна купатися?
Можна, можна.
Трохи холодно, ні?
Ні, не холодно.
Можна і докупатися.
Як ви рибачите?
Холодно не буває, Богдан, буває мало води.
На ту же кнопку?
На ту же.
Подожди, еще не маши. Так, все.
А это? Наташа, а меня?
А идите туда, к озеру.
А меня с цветочками?
Иди туда, к
Или
озеру.
с двумя цветочками? Вот спускаются два цветочка и один корявый мужик.
Ты не должен так говорить. Что это такое за разговоры непонятные?
I told her that.
Марина! Люси!
Красота, правда?
Еще бы.
А вон еще ребята.
Ку-ку.
Хай.
Вот это вот классная вещь. Можно вот эту вот засунуть.
Подожди.
А я от этого не упаду?
Была пауза, а я...
Ну давай, давай. Вот такая красота у нас. Все, теперь я буду прыгать некрасиво. Можно опять же так. Ух.
And then you got Tongass there. I mean, he looks like Mr. Rogers. I don't know. And then you got Forbes. Whoa, I get scared, you know. I think I looked pretty good, and my nose was crooked. I had it fixed. But if I was Forbes, I'd go to a plastic surgeon and say, "Just do me." You know, if he was elected president, I mean, I'd be scared to go shake his hand. Well, no, I would shake his hands, but I know my kids wouldn't. Every time it comes on TV, they run to the bedroom.
So you have the audience.
Oh, he was phenomenal. Because I was translating for Petro. Пам'ятаєш, як цей?
Де мої автору?
He's asking where's his autograph because he got a picture with. Yeah, he's got a copy of the cassette of his speech. I've got the videotape. Mark Wolf gave me the videotape.
Богдана, я як не можу заснути, то включаю.
When I can't sleep, I listen to him. But we took pictures with Sonny Bono. And then there was a picture of me, Petron, Sonny Bono, then Bogdan Kekic, who's the president of the credit union in New York. So then I got it sent back, signed to Bogdan, Sonny Bono. And then I had another one, and I figured, I'll just see him next year, I'll have him sign it. Shoot, so I gave the one I have to Bogdan Kekic. I sent it to him, and what does he do? He runs into a tree.
Yeah, it's tragic.
It was tragic. Well, that's a tragic way to die. Yes. But he was funny. He had him in stitches. He was just so phenomenal. He's talking about Cuba, too. He said, you know, we got a president. Talk about decisiveness. He's totally undecisiveness. They shoot down two of our planes. You know what I would do? And I'm not a really aggressive sort of guy, but I'd bomb the hell out of them. It was par for the course. It was made everyone in stitches. Plus, he kept on talking, and he spoke for an extra 20 minutes longer. And nobody would take him off, and he had everyone laughing. That was an interesting one. The other one that was interesting was when they had Joe Kennedy. Joe Kennedy came to the Governmental Affairs Conference, and he said, and he started railing credit unions before he decided not to run for Congress. And he said that, you know, credit unions, and you know, some of the small credit unions are doing a real good job, but some of you large credit unions, you're not doing enough to provide services. And the reports I have is showing you're not doing enough of lending. Your HMDA reports just don't provide the information to show us that you are doing what you should do. And you should potentially we have to look at maybe CRA. You got to do a better job. And you know, the reports I have saying is that you're not doing a good job. Well, then somebody stood up and said, well, you must be getting that from the bank. Well, everyone claps, and you can tell he backs off. Because then he's thinking in his mind, some staffer is really going to pay for him on his faux pas because they didn't give him the correct information. He says, well, maybe I don't have the right information nationwide, but I do have the information for the state of Massachusetts, and I know what's happening in Massachusetts. Walks off the stage. Then a senator comes on and is speaking. And then you have, out of Washington, you had, who was there? Not Sandy Beach, but Chuck Zuber. And Joe Kennedy comes in, and he grabs Chuck Zuber, and he's dragging him on stage. And he goes, here, I've got one of yours. You tell them. Credit unions are required to file HMDA. Then he goes, you set me up. You people set me up. And I'm not going to forget that. And walks off the stage.
Oh, yeah?
And then the senator goes, I guess he's having a bad moment. Those were the two interesting times at that. But I tell you, Sonny Bono was great. It was great when he came on there and he did that presentation. Yep.
And he liked credit unions?
Sure. Yeah, he was very positive on credit unions. He was working real close with the California League. He was not too crazy about any kind of international development. You could see that. He said that we should take our money and spend it here in the United States. A typical, very conservative type approach. Which was okay, but it was did a nice presentation, had everyone laughing. He was a real showman, and he's probably the only congressman that would ever be able to get away with that, with doing that and coming across that way because of his background. You know, having been singing with Cher there and being who he was.
It's too bad.
Yeah. That one was memorable. The other one was back in Indiana. They had this real great guy that came there. He was a keynote speaker called Carl Hurley. He's from Tennessee. And he gets on the stage and he says, well, y'all probably never seen what a hillbilly looks like. You know, you gotta take a look at me because I look like a hillbilly. I'm a hillbilly. Now, you know, y'all from Indianapolis here. You ain't too far from Tennessee. And you better look at people around your table. It could be a hillbilly sitting there at your table, too. You don't know that. And, you know, when I was growing up, you know, the thing you got to know is that there been a lot of change in this world. And, you know, when I was growing up, we used to get up in the morning. When we went hunting, we'd go hunting towards the center of town. And, you know, we get up in the morning and you know, I'd have to
go out there in the snow and go to the well, and then I bring out that bucket of water. Bring that bucket of water in the house. And my mother would take that flour, and she'd add a little water, and then make a little hole and put in that lard. Ain't nothing like lard in your hotcakes. And then she'd go to the smokehouse, and then she'd have to cut off that bacon with a lot of fat. Ain't nothing like lard biscuits and fat them on. You know, when we were growing up, we didn't know anything about cholesterol. Well, if we knew about cholesterol, we fried up and eat it up. And you know, we never had nothing like the wind chill factor. What is the wind chill factor? You know, when it was 30 degrees, it was 30 degrees. You know, I go outside and I think it's 30 degrees and whoosh, and something hits me. And they say, that's the wind chill factor. That wind chill factor can kill you.
Добра передача на телебаченні.
Oh, it was good. It was good. He said, and one day, you know, we had change, and we had a town hall meeting because, you know, one of our town folks, they went and they saw a traffic signal, a traffic light, and we had this big discussion 2 days. We were going to have a traffic light in our city, and we were going to decide what color the light's going to be. We didn't know what colors to use, but we were deciding. 2 days we're having this discussion, and somebody gets his hand up and says, "Excuse me, I don't think we can have a traffic light in our city." I say, why? We don't have an intersection.
Вчора ж вечором було.
Those things like that. Oh, it was good. And he said, you know, and you don't laugh at people, you laugh with people. You know, I get most of my material when I sit at an airport. I be pretending I be reading that newspaper and listening to people. Like one example, there were two ladies just sitting there, and they were talking to each other, and I'm pretending I'm reading my newspaper. And one's admiring the other one's rock and said, whoa, that's a beautiful stone you got there. Yes, it is. Did your husband get that for you? Why, no, my husband passed away. Sorry to hear that. Well, not really. He went and he said, when I die, get me a stone. I did.
Well,
it was good.
We'll see who we get in Nashville at the forum for speakers.
Yeah, it'd be good to get something like that, and you will. They'll get some great speakers out there that do the speaking circuit. They can really put you in stitches. They are great.
Yeah, I guess there probably would be a few of those in Nashville.
Yeah.
I take it you will be at Nashville.
Oh yeah, so a lot of us will be there. We got to catch the rooms before they all go because they're going to be tons of people there. I used to like the one that came from Russia, actually from Odessa, Yakov Smirnov. Yes, he used to talk with his accent, and it'd be good to talk with accent. I get off the plane, I see this sign, and it says, oh, I love America, because it says, America loves Smirnov. You know, I go to the store, and what do I see? I see these boxes, New Freedom. I buy it, I send it to my family at home. And I don't understand your newspaper. Why do you advertise sale last week? Why do you buy hot water heaters? If the water is hot, why do you need a hot water heater? He'd go into things like that. He says, you know, when you buy, how is that? The other one on the furniture. I had another one on furniture. Oh, look at that. Godiva chocolates.
Ой, какие вкусные.
Щоб Богдан не сказав, що нічого не було їсти, тому що не було дезерту.
Ні, це dessert, yeah. I don't know. If I look at this right now, see you got pineapple juice and you got chocolates here now. That's excellent. Ne harniye?